And as you're joining, please let me know with the number one if you're watching live, with number two if you're watching on a replay. And today I am going to be talking about something that maybe a few or maybe you will relate to this like I do. And that is called the do it anyway, even when nobody claps, when nobody is paying attention or giving you any recognition. That is when we still need to keep on moving forward. So as you're joining here on Instagram or Facebook, please type number one if you're watching live, type number two if you're watching on replay. You are literally joining me for some time of personal development and also business tips, advice, and things like that. So if you do not know who I am, my name is Danny Nedelko. I am broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm originally from Mexico. Yes, I'm Mexican. I love my country, well, my home country. Now I live in the beautiful country of the United States. I'm also, a mom, I'm a wife, I'm an entrepreneur. I love doing business, but more than anything, I also love to talk about these type of topics, which, can actually help us do better in life. And if you're a business owner, type business in the comments. Type business in the comments if you're a business owner. I will be very, very happy to say hello to you. But let's get into our topic. So today, I am going to talk to you about what happens when you do the things even when nobody's clapping or watching. Again, this goes for those of us who have been neglected, ignored, or maybe you've been there, maybe you have not. But if you have not, you will be there at some point. Trust me when I said that, because life can happen to any of us. And sometimes when we are doing business, or when we are developing network marketing, or just doing life in general, we expect recognition. We expect for people to actually tell us, hey, you're doing a really great job, or recognizing what we're doing as moms, or if you have kids, you know what I mean. You do every single thing, from the things that you have to do for yourself, plus you go to work, or you work on your business if you're a business owner, and you take care of the family. And at the end of the line, man, nobody says, hey, thank you, mom, thank you. But you know what? When nobody claps, we need to do the things anyway. We need to stay consistent, even when no one believes in us. And hello to all of my friends in different platforms on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, or any other channel. Hello, and thank you for being here with me. So as you're logging on, please type number one if you're watching live, type number two if you're watching on replay. Let me know from which countries that you're connecting from, so we can say hello to each other. So going back to the topic, there is a powerful truth that separates dreamers from achievers. And it is easy to be excited when everybody is clapping, when everybody around us is saying, hey, great job, amazing, you're doing great. But I want to tell you one thing: champions and people who really do great things, in business and in life in general, those are people who are working when there is nobody there to clap for us. We are working in silence. And if you do the things in and out that you know that you must do for you to grow your family, your finances, and especially, those of us who are business owners, to work on building our business, even nobody is paying attention, you will reap what you sow. So, there's a scripture that says that we do not need to be tired of doing the right things, because in proper timing, there you will be reaping a harvest if you do not give up. And sometimes when we are building and we're doing the things, we're opening the business, we are talking to customers, to prospects, we are, as moms, we're doing every single thing. We take kids to school, we're doing the homework, we're cooking, we're making sure that everything is perfect. We get tired, and more than anything, it is very discouraging when nobody's clapping, when nobody is recognizing what you're doing, especially if you're serving in a community or in a church. It is very normal that people, not because they want to be bad to you or just because they don't like you, but sometimes, you will not be recognized. And I'm going to tell you one thing: you need to do things anyway, in your home, in your business, in your local church, everywhere you go, because that is what will separate you from the rest. That's what, is going to give you the step to where you want to go in your goals, in your finances, and also in your spiritual life. Because whenever you are waiting for somebody to recognize what you're doing, you are setting yourself up for a disaster. You're setting yourself up for a high expectation that might not be met. And I'm going to tell you, my friends, if you do not get tired of doing the right things, of doing the right thing for your customers, or for your family, for your spouse, for the people around you, for those who you don't even like, even if you continue doing things in and out, you will be successful. So I'm going to tell you one thing. There is a story about, well, many of us know about this story, which is the bamboo tree. And you probably don't know, about the bamboo trees, but if you do, you know what I mean. Your reward is not delayed, is developing. You're being prepared for the moment when the world or when the environment around you will see it. But, as the bamboo tree, I want to really emphasize one thing. You might not be in the place where you want to be right now, but you will be one day if you do not get tired, if you do not stop. The only way for you to fail at anything you do is if you quit. Now, this story, it's very well spoken, throughout, generations, and throughout, many teachers and mentors. But the bamboo tree is not a plant that you just water it for a little bit and then in 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, you're gonna have something. No, it is water. The bamboo tree is water for 5 years. For 5 years. And maybe you're thinking, hey, Danny, I'm being watered or buried for more than 5 years. Well, you do not know the level of your impact until you see it come to fruition. Now, when this bamboo tree is, water for 5 years, literally the seed is buried. And that's how it feels whenever we are doing the things. Maybe, I don't know, you're in business and you don't see it happening. You want for your business to grow, but it's not happening. I'm going to tell you one thing. If you are doing every single thing every day that you know that is going to get you to a next step, you will see it. Maybe not right now, but as a bamboo tree takes years to develop, and in the 5th year, it grows for over 80 feet in 6 weeks. In 6 weeks. So the question is, did it grow in 6 weeks or in 5 years? And the truth is, the truth. The truth is that it was growing roots all along. So there's another scripture that says, whoever can be trusted with very little things can also be trusted with much. So if you stay faithful, with this for the small things that you have, maybe you think, that your job is not important or that your business is not necessary in your community, but it is on the unseen that you will be promoted at some point. And I'm not talking about, prosperity gospel or anything like that, but these are life principles. Because if you build credibility with consistency, things will open, doors will open, opportunities will open, people will see your business, other customers are going to recommend you to other people. You're going to grow. And it is with small disciplines repeated with consistency every single day that these will lead to a great achievement, gain slowly over time. Now, people don't follow talent, they follow consistency. And this is for network marketing. People are watching you. If you're a networker, they're watching you. Even if you don't realize it, they're asking, can I trust this person? Can I trust my sponsor? Can I trust my mentor? Next week, this week, today, for the rest of the years that I remain in network marketing? And the answer might be yes. If they see you showing up, even if you're tired, even if there's a disaster around you, even if you have a whole bunch of obstacles coming your way, but if you are consistent, because I'm going to tell you one thing: diligent hands, those who are responsible will always reap great rewards. Always. And the key is that you don't need to just be posting things that that you feel good, like for those of us who are on social media. I mean, you need to be real as well, but you need to stay consistent, because your consistency is what will separate you from other people. Because I'm going to tell you one thing: people with half the talent you have are succeeding, and not because they're better than you, but because they're consistent, they're showing up every single day. And the people that laugh at you right now, at your dreams, will one day quote your words. Don't fight them, outgrow them. When people are opposing you, when people are saying, well, you're crazy, you're insane, bless them. Keep on doing the right things. Keep on showing up. If you see that somebody is cheating their way up to success, bless them, but do the right thing. Don't do as others that they say, you know what, I'm just going to take this shortcut, which, requires a lack of integrity, so I can get there faster. Don't do that, because someone's opinion of you, will form with your character. But also, if you're doing the right things and people are opposing you and they're saying things that are not true about you, someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality as well. If people are not using you and your talents, that's on them, not on you, because you are called. If you're called to do good for your community and for the business in general, you will have a lot of fruit. You will have a lot of blessings. Now, when you doubt yourself, you just need to keep working. You need to keep on walking, because it's in doubt, it's in those moments that you grow. You grow with consistency, you grow with action, you grow with faith. And I'm going to tell you one thing: there's a timing for everything. There's a timing for everything. I remember, and I'm going to tell you, some of the stories, the life stories that have shaped me. And it is in places, I want to tell you a story. There has been many years where I have spent in network marketing, especially, doing business and, getting ripped off or getting, let down by an upline or, the companies and things like that. But I'm going to tell you one thing: there will be promotion, and this has nothing to do but with business. I remember times when I show up, times when I did good for people, times when I served, times where I did the right thing for customers, and things were not happening. There will be a time where people who are in a better position than you are going to see what you're doing, and they're going to help you with your next level in your business, with the next level of promotion. And you're going to see how the things that you're doing right now have an impact, because people are watching you. People are watching you. There's no coincidence. I say this with a lot of humbleness, and also with security, to tell you where I was before. I was just a lady doing business in different parts of the world, and I was just showing up for events, showing up for my team, showing up for doing different things, building here, building there, opening another country, going to, I remember when I was going to Latin America, when I was going to Peru, and we were just five of us, or less than that. We, did some events. I went back, one, two, three, four times, and there was no results. And I want to tell you one thing: people were watching. Some individuals were paying attention to these things. I kept on going to different conferences to get to improve on myself. And not just, I'm not saying this for you to feel really good about me, because I was going through freaking hell. I was going through one of the ugliest, scariest times of my life. Yes. And, I was facing a lot of legal situations, a lot of different things that actually will have let me down, or I could have, said to myself, you know what, Danny, you're just a victim, just poor you. You don't need to go anywhere. You're fine. You need to heal. You need to be okay. You need to just not just make waves and nothing. You know what? I wasn't even thinking about greatness. I was just thinking about doing what was needed to do to improve the business, to improve my family's lives. And, during these years that I was traveling to different parts of the world, I actually, got to meet some of the most amazing individuals, amazing people. And through doing the right things, going to events, teaching people from my team, taking them to different training sessions and going to speak to different events, even though I was not being paid, in generic events. That's when one of my friends actually came and told me, you know what, Danny, we're going to induct you in the Hall of Fame of network marketing. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And hello, my friends here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, different channels. Thank you for being here. But it is when you don't stop doing the right things when things are going to start happening for you. I was like, really? Are you sure? And he's like, well, I see you here. I see your team is growing. And I was not even asking for it. Some people say, well, you paid for that. I'm going to tell you one thing. If you do the right thing, when nobody's clapping, when nobody's showing up, when your team says, we're going to be there, but they're not there, when people say, you know what, we're going to do this thing and they don't do, but you still do the things day in and day out, things will happen. People will see you. They will promote you. People will actually trust in your consistency. They will trust in the level of professionalism that you have, and they will want to do business with you. Why? Not because of the products, not because of the company, not because of the compensation plan, but because of you, because of nobody else but you. So I'm going to leave you with this. Thank you for being here. And big lesson, big lesson. Keep on doing the right things. Keep on working. Keep on developing yourself, even if nobody's clapping. Because, my friends, there is a fact that you will be promoted in the right time, the right environment, in the right moment, if you don't get tired of doing great things and never, getting tired to do consistent things for you and your business. Thank you so much for being here.